Why do women perform sex on film? Money.
Luke Ford is the author of A History of X, a new book on the industry. He says top actresses can make over $100,000 a year and lots more touring strip clubs.
There are probably 2 or 3 girls who are making $500,000 a year. There are probably a dozen porn stars who are clearing over $200,000 a year. It's a very tough business. It really grinds people down.
Luke Ford's book, A History of X, 100 Years of Sex in Film, will be in stores in March. And tomorrow on E.T., Leonardo DiCaprio is back, but
It is a form of self-destruction.
Luke Ford is author of the book A History of X. He says there's lifetime consequences for the actors and actresses of porn.
There's a loss of dignity in performing sex on camera. It diminishes the soul. It flattens the soul. She got the attention she wanted, but inside she was empty. She was a junkie. As her looks began to fade and her popularity faded and her boyfriends left her, she became increasingly desperate. You look at the porn industry and it has left a trail of body bags. It's a stiff price to become a porn star. It's something that is forever and will never disappear. It's a price that they will pay for the rest of their life. Linda Lovelace was born Linda Borman in 1949. She's the daughter of a New York policeman, Roman Catholic like her mother. Even though her father was a policeman, he allowed the mother to have free reign of the house, and the mother was harsh on Linda and would beat her repeatedly. It was not an environment that she could bring these matters up. It was not open, it was not warm, it was not loving, it was not friendly. And her Roman Catholic school was similar. She was taught essentially that the only place for sexuality is within marriage. Abortion is forbidden, pornography is forbidden, premarital sex is forbidden. Chuck Traynor came from a background in the military. He was a man of the world. He was far more sophisticated than Linda. Linda and Chuck got married in September of 1971. He was 33, she was 21. He needed her to marry him for various reasons. He was a ducker and diver all his life. And there are different accounts of exactly why they got married and how they got married. Chuck took Linda to New York to get more sex work for her. In the late 60s, for the first time, we had a large number of pornographers in New York shooting hardcore sex scenes on 8mm and 16mm film called loops. They were being sold in sex shops around 42nd Street, so Chuck knew where to go. She developed this ability where she could swallow swords, so to speak. Chuck could tell that Linda's celebrity was up. Linda had ceased to be as amenable to his wishes. She didn't take his orders nearly as much or as well, and she had become more troublesome. That she had celebrity that went beyond her trick. And this was totally an illusion. She eventually met a plasterer and fell in love with him, and they got married. In the late 1970s, Linda Lovelace, Linda Borman, Linda Marciano, she was now known as she was married, connected with Mike McGrady, this very cynical Newsday columnist. He shaped this tremendous mythology of Linda as the ultimate victim of the porn industry. And Gloria Steinem heard about this news story. Steinem said, aha, Linda Lovelace, the biggest porn star ever, has turned against the industry. She symbolized this sexual revolution that was sweeping America. And so if she'd been forced or coerced or tricked into doing what she was doing, this was the greatest argument to bring to bear against the porn industry. The book comes out in 1980. They concoct this ordeal which shows Linda as being the puppet of Chuck Traynor and of an evil pornography industry. She started spiraling downward. She started making a living off welfare. She was supported by welfare for much of the next 20 years. Around the time that Linda published her 4th book about herself, Out of Bondage, she was having severe health trouble. She blamed it on her car accident in 1969. After Linda Lovelace, Chuck Traynor moved on to perhaps the biggest porn star of all time. If it's not Linda, it's Marilyn Chambers, who starred in Behind the Green Door in 1972 and was still making porn films in 1999. And eventually they divorced, but they remained very good friends, and Chuck moved on to the new love of his life. Linda Lovelace today remains a troubled soul. There are so many rumors about her, from breast cancer troubles to, of course, a transplant. She's been fired from jobs, divorce. That's Linda Lovelace. She's the poster child for victimhood. Most Americans are fascinated by it, most male Americans, but they still, you know, if they had a pornographer come over and sleep in their house, they'd want to burn the sheets the next morning.
Luke Ford, who spent 7 years writing an internet gossip column about the adult entertainment industry for his own internet website, isn't sure what to make of it.
It's become popular and cool, acceptable in this 18 to 25 age group. My age group, I'm 37, my age group and up, we think porn is something that's shameful.
He guesses that it's an act of teenage rebellion, embracing one of society's last taboos.
How many films do you think have been shot here?
500?
Ford, who is often referred to as the Matt Drudge of adult entertainment, gave us a tour of a backyard porn set in a residential neighborhood of Chatsworth that's been used by porn directors for more than 20 years.
Got a little grass shack, bamboo shack.
Yeah, it's Gilligan's Island.
The Old West?
It's just like Hollywood. Generally speaking, they come into this industry because this is the single easiest way that they can earn $1,000 in a day in 2 hours. It's not like we're losing people from going to medical school or business school or becoming lawyers. Most girls who enter this industry do one video and quit. The experience is so painful, horrifying, embarrassing, humiliating for them that they never do it again.
In virtually every field, from the military to politics to finance to technology to pornography, blogebrities are rising in influence, bypassing the normal rules and answering only to themselves. Luke Ford writes about the adult entertainment industry for porn fans and stars alike.
I was born to blog because I'm a rebel and I don't like other people telling me what to do, and I want to report things my way.
He's a mass of contradictions. You wouldn't expect a preacher's kid who converted to Orthodox Judaism to write about porn's ugly side, but he does.
I wrote a lot about sex, the sex industry, people getting into it, people getting out of it, people crusading against it. Criticisms of blogs are accurate, but just because a medium has flaws, that's just one side of the story. I'm willing to burn any source, willing to break any story, no matter how unpopular it makes me.